All right, I wanted to bring you guys a quick free and good tip today on getting ready for cabinet install for either remodel or new construction. Once you got the walls opened up, if you're doing a remodel, obviously new construction, we're starting from scratch. What I want to do is I want to add blocking into the wall for my wall and base cabinets up and down. And what that means is I'm going to add, if you can look behind me here, right there, right there, right there. I'm adding 2x6 blocking, and you can use different materials. You can use 2x6, 2x8. I know some guys that use 3/4 OSB or plywood, and sometimes they claim that splits less as they're installing the cabinets. I'm partial to my framing lumber because we have it here and because I think it's stronger. So what I want to do is I want to measure where my cabinets are going to be. Both my base cabinets, generally those are 36 inches from the finished floor, including your countertop. And then I measure up 18 inches or 20 inches, depending on the space between the base cabinets and the wall cabinets. And I chalk lines for both base and my wall cabinets at that point. And I run my blocking above those lines or below those lines, above the line for my wall cabinets, below the line for my base cabinets. And I'll kind of spin this camera around here for a second again too. What that allows me to do is, as you're hanging your cabinets, you're not going to always be able to grab a stud on each side of the cabinet. Sometimes your layout, even with 16-inch on center, doesn't dictate that your wall cabinets or your base cabinets are going to be able to catch a stud. And sometimes that allows us to get away from screwing into the middle of the cabinet where you can see the screws. I tend to want to have my screws hidden up in the corners and up and down, so you don't actually have to see those screws when you're opening and closing the cabinets. So what we do is we add blocking in here to not only be able to get that option to put the screws into the corners, but also if we're hanging cabinets in the middle of the wall and we're not able to grab framing, and we don't want to use wall anchors for wall cabinets especially. So just tying the two cabinets together side by side is not enough in my opinion. You got to have some extra structural integrity on those cabinets. So that spacing allows us to be able to set screws in between the framing. Again, you can see back there. And that gives us options as we're laying out cabinets. We've got plenty of room in between framing to be able to still screw into structure. So something to think about as you're doing your remodel for a kitchen or obviously new construction. You've got that option from the get-go. So that's what I'm here doing today, and pretty soon we'll be past sheetrock and I'll have some more videos to show you guys. Thanks.